here I am. These have been here a week. I'm hoping they're right. I've seen different amounts of activity. So let's have a look. So I've brought another hive here with some empty frames, because what we actually want to do is have the bees making their own beeswax comb. Couple here don't have anything on them, so what I want to do is put these in so I can actually have some proper beeswax. Oh! Oh my goodness me, there's a giant spider in there. Oh, now which way is it going to jump if I lift the frame out? Oh. Okay, I'm going to be really brave, but I might just scream. I'm going to move things that I want handy, just in case the spider goes that way. Oh my goodness me, this is a big spider. Okay, spider, I'm going to pull you out, but just so I can show you to the camera. Don't go jumping. It moved. Oh. It's probably underneath there. Let's see if it has another. My granddad always used to say, whenever you'd find a spider, they need to, I'd stay at my grandparents' house, and you'd go to bed and then there'd be this big spider on the wall. And so Grandad would come in and he'd capture the spider and take it somewhere. And then he'd say, now his wife's going to come out looking for him. And we never knew if the wife was going to be bigger or smaller, but it would be enough to stop us sleeping. And it does make me laugh. I just think, oh, where's the other spider? So, let's put these back together again. So I've now got a frame upside down, a bit like this, on the ground there, because I know there's a big spider on the other side, and I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put my fingers. This is when you want really big gardening gloves, because then you feel a bit more superhuman. Right, so I have now got three frames that I can put in, that the bees can then make their own wax, because that's what I really want. It's healthy for the bees to produce their own wax, and I wish you could see that spider. It was such a big spider. It was that big. Oh. Right, so yeah, if they have their own wax, it's really good for the bees to produce clean wax, and in beekeeping you're meant to change the wax periodically, get rid of the old wax, because it goes really dark and it's really thick with propolis. And what you want is bees to be, I suppose it's like anything, it's like us producing new skin. You want to brush off the old skin and then have new skin, and it keeps you healthy. And if you have the old skin, it's going to sort of rot down on top of you. And it's the same with wax, it can only last so long. But to make the wax, the bees need honey. They need 8 kilos of honey to make 1 kilo of wax. Now in here, about 2/3 of this top box is full of honey. Oh gosh, now I'm all worried about spiders. Oh, that was a little lizard jumped on me. So yeah, there's a lot of honey in here. So there's plenty of honey for the bees to make wax. I'm still trying to find out what the bees are foraging from. So let's take a look. Oh, hello girls. Hello. So we've got quite a few around the top there as well. Hopefully no big spiders in here. Now I'm going no gloves. Because I know that when I don't have gloves, just have to be more gentle. So I don't know if the bees here are using this honey or just making more honey. Now, as I wrote before, if I spray a bit of water, it just keeps the bees cool. I'm the one that needs keeping cool, I think. Trusty tool. So I've got one frame here that looks more or less empty. It's not empty. So I've not got any wax coming out. Let's see what they're doing here. Mind you, the chickens are very, very noisy. So that makes a difference. Don't know if the chickens are laying eggs. So I can see some bees in here, just gently making. What are you doing? Are you taking the honey or are you pulling it out? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 frames here. I just want to have a look, girls, and I just want to see how you're doing. That's what I'm doing. Let's just see how you're doing. Got one bee buzzing around. Just going, what are you doing here? I'm going to learn from you, girls. Now it's interesting because they're linking up all the frames with wax. Is it because you want to make wax? Is that what it is? And because these frames have actually got a plastic foundation in them, so there's not a lot of need for the bees to make a lot of wax. Which is a shame. So, just let me take this out. Now, you see, this is interesting because this frame didn't have when I split the colony, this frame was empty then. And what's interesting here is this honey is really light. It's much lighter than the other honeys. But you see there, you can see the plastic foundation. You can see that through there, and they've not drawn out wax comb there, but they have added wax comb all across the top. So what I'm going to do is rearrange. Queen cells. You shouldn't be able to make a cell up there because you've got I've actually got a queen excluder in, which, as I said before, I don't like using. Once we get the bees really going here, I won't need to use that then. But at the moment, just want to know how you're all doing. Oh, now this is interesting. You get this story about mice that are covered in propolis, and here I've got a little dead gecko that they've started to propolise up. So I'm going to keep that because that's interesting. Right, what I'm going to do, because the main